All right, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we are going to be doing a short coding stream. Um, I was supposed to start streaming, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours earlier, but I got busy with something, and now I'm just really tired. But I still wanted to stream today, so we're just gonna do a silent coding stream. I'm probably not gonna be talking a whole lot. I might talk a little here and there, but for the most part, I'm just gonna be working on stuff. So what I had planned for today, which dude, I wish I had more energy to be doing this. Um, or I wish I had more energy um to be able to talk on stream while doing this. Um, Basically what I had planned for today is I'm working on this how do I say so I want to say I'm working on a program, but like a Python script. I'm working on a Python script that's gonna help somebody keep track of expiry dates of legal documents, any kinds of legal documents, like maybe an ID card, driver's license, um, a passport, any kind of legal documents, maybe some kind of paperwork that has an expiry date on it. It'll help them keep track of that, and when the expiry date is nearing, it'll warn them, and when the thing expires, um, it'll alert them in the sense. So I could have gone a little further with alerting, but like for now I'm gonna keep it bare bones. It's gonna display a matplotlib window. I'm just using matplotlib because it's simpler. It's gonna display a matplotlib window, and in that window, I'm gonna display a table in which there's gonna be rows that mention the documents that are about to expire and the documents that have expired. Um, I'm keeping this super simple, at least for the beginning, and then later on we can expand its abilities a little more. For now, I want to get the basic program running. I want to get the basic program working, and I feel like with the stuff that I've learned in the past few weeks, when it comes to pandas and matplotlib, I feel like I can use both of these libraries to accomplish this. So the idea is that the person is going to run the script once a day, most probably in the morning. The script is going to check, it's going to read through all of the records that it has. You know what? After starting the stream, I'm feeling a little more energetic, so that's good. Maybe I will talk more. Give me a second. Let me take a sip of my energy drink. Hopefully I have more than enough in the can. Okay, it seems like a good like 3/4, so it should last for the duration of the stream. Also, I was planning on not having any music, but I think I'll put on some music so you guys can enjoy. We're gonna be listening to Ghost Data. Go check out Ghost Data on YouTube. Um, I'm pretty sure they're on a bunch of other platforms as well. But yeah, go check them out on YouTube, and from there you should be able to get their other social media links and stuff, and you can find out where you can find them. Okay, so let's hit play, and let me just make sure this is just a second. I don't have my earphones connected, so let me just a second. I don't have my earphones connected, so Okay, how is this coming in compared to my voice? I think that's good. Okay, how is this? You know what? Yeah. Compared to my voice. So the music's coming in good. Let me just make sure that this is not too loud because like I'm probably not going to be able to talk too loud today. Actually, hold on. I need to turn on the AC. It's a little hot here. All right, cool. So let's see. What are we doing today? Actually, I already told you what we are doing today. Give me a second. Let me just. Okay, cool. So, oh, I'm also watching something on the side, so hopefully that doesn't come through on stream. I'm gonna try and make sure the volume is low enough that it's not coming through on stream. And hopefully today it doesn't crash like the last time, because I believe it was the last stream where it it crashed, and it didn't like, I mean, it didn't really recover in the time that I took to get back, because like it crashed whenever I left. I went for a toilet break, and when I got back I saw it had already crashed. So I don't know how many minutes it had been out. Basically my internet crashed, and so I had to get that up and going. Fortunately there is the Twitch disconnect protection thing where it'll keep your stream alive for like, I think 90 seconds. I don't remember. Something along those lines. It gives you a small window to get your stream back up again. But like, because I had left whenever this happened, or because this happened after I had left, so I wasn't really sure exactly how long it was, how long it had remained disconnected. But it was apparently long enough that the disconnect protection thing ran out, and that was that. I couldn't recover it, so I had to. So when I stopped the stream and started it up again, it started up a new stream. And at that point I was like, dude, you know what? I'll just end the stream, because it was late already, and I was like, I was planning on ending in a little bit anyways. Alright, anyways, enough talking. Okay, so we need a couple of things here. We need pandas. Give it a second. Let the intelligence kick in. Okay, we need pandas as PD. What else do we need? We need matplotlib. Dot pyplots, I think. Pyplot as PLT. Okay. So we need a figure. We need a figure. Do we need an axis as well? I need to check, because I remember you need a figure, and in the figure you can plot multiple axes. I believe that's how it was. Yeah, in a figure you can plot multiple axes. So just as a test, let's do figure equals plt dot figure, I guess, and then ax equals figure dot add subplot, and then ax dot plot. Okay. All right. So that works. So now what we need to do is replace the plot. Hold on. Okay. So here's what I need. So I need to, I think I could create a cell, actually no, not a Python cell, or not a code cell. I need to create a markdown cell, I think. Execute above cells. How do I move this up? Can I just drag this up? Okay, let's cut the cell. Then let's select this and paste the cell. Empty markdown. Okay. So we can add notes here. Um, say notes. Um, uh, Script reads data from file, then checks all records against, or all records expiry dates against the current date, and then displays records that are either about to expire or have already expired. Okay. Okay. So, I need to see, let's say pandas text, because there is a way to add text. There is a way to like change the title of the axis and add like labels and stuff, but I'm not looking to create a plot. I'm looking to, oh, dude, you know what? Holy shit, this just occurred to me. Um, Something that I could do here is I could set up a bar graph. Um, I could set up a bar graph to show, like, it just occurred. Holy shit, dude, it just occurred to me. Yeah, let me write that down. How do you switch to the upper uh how do you switch to the upper, like the upper cell? Oh, okay. Let me see. So I hit escape and then do this and then hit enter. Okay. And then here I can hit escape and then do this and then hit enter. Okay, cool, cool. That's how I'll do it. Um, Idea, dates for all the records could be displayed as a bar graph that would give a graphical representation of how close a document is to expiring. Holy shit, dude. I just got a good idea. Okay, okay. So what does this take? This takes something on the x-axis and then the height and the width and then bottom. It takes something on the x-axis. What if I want to do the bar graph on the y-axis instead? Would that work? Also, does the bar graph accept negative values? Because like that way I could also show expired documents. Wait, um, so what was I? Okay, so let's do one, two, three. Okay. Does that, would that display it? Or is it missing like other required? It's missing one required position argument, height. Height. Okay, so then I think the first thing should be A, B, C. So here's what I can do. This is currently displaying on the x-axis. Instead, I could try to display this on the y-axis. First of all, let's see how to go about doing that. Um, Also, this I was supposed to Google matplotlib text, not pandas text. Okay. Now matplotlib bar y. Oh, also this has a, so text seems to be as simple as this. It requires x and y. Let's do ax dot plot. No, ax dot text, I think. Yeah, ax dot text. Um, x would be, let's say, 10. Y would be 10. I don't know what they're relative to. Um, the position to place the text, by default, this is in data coordinates. The coordinate system can be changed using the transform parameter. Where is the transform parameter? Oh, there it is. I don't think I need to change it. Though, what does that mean? It's in data coordinates. So if I did 1 out of 1, does that mean it's like the range of these two axes? But then in that case, how would it find the range of this? Okay, anyways. Um, so let's do 1 on x, 1 on y, and then s is the string. Let's say test, and then the font is not necessary. So let's see what this displays. It displays text here. All right. I said 1 on x and 1 on y, which means it displays exactly. Yeah, okay. So it's in data coordinates. Now it makes sense. Yeah. So, for example, if I was doing ax.plot and I was doing something like, I don't know, x for x in range 10, and then same thing on this. So we have this, right? So I could then place it on 4 on x and 4 on y by just doing this. That's kind of convenient. Yep, that's kind of convenient. And it's also very convenient that I can change transform, uh, the transform that well, I can change the transform so I can change what the position is relative to, what space the position is relative to. But no, data coordinates is actually very useful because let's say I wanted to place the text on. Does this accept negatives, or does it like clamp it? What if I tried to do -5? Oh yeah, it doesn't clamp it. That's good. That's good. So yeah, if I wanted to do labels like how's -2? Yeah, -2 is good. So I could run a for loop for I in range 10, and then I could place this here, and it can be I. There you go. Cool. So we can use this to, yeah. Now let me look up how to do a bar graph on the other axis. The bars are positioned at x with the given alignment. Their dimensions are given by height and width. The vertical baseline is bottom, default 0. The y coordinates of the bottom side of the bar. How do I display do I display this on the other axis? Also, this is interesting. So we have bar label, we have stacked bar chart. Um, bar, let's say bar flip. How to rotate Matplotlib bar chart. Yeah, there it is. Bar H. That's what I'm looking for. So bar H would be bar horizontal. All right. Um, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And let's just do bar H. Does that work out of the box? I mean, right off the bat. It works. Cool. Nice. So that's going to be our dates. What if I set one of these to -1? Does that, does it accept? Okay, cool. All right, that works. That works. How do I assign a color based on whether the value is positive or negative? I need to look into that because I'm pretty sure Matplotlib has a way to do that. There it is, bar color demo. We have bar colors. Okay, so I can create a colors array. So, okay, we are gonna need A equals this and this and this and do I have to give it like text? Can't I just do like x for x in range 10 and then like it would consider those numbers and then do the same thing here. Um, actually, let's test that out. Let's see if that works. Because like I'm expecting it to consider that numbers. See if that worked. Okay, cool. That works. So now we can give it colors. How do I, so let's give it an empty array. Then for I in uh, len A, I believe Python has ternary operators, but okay, not in len A, len B, not that it's going to make much of a difference. Um, color, colors I equals A I no B I um greater than 0, then green, else red. How do you do ternary operators in Python? I keep jumping because I know both C sharp and Python and like a couple of other languages. The languages that I use a lot more, I tend to like sometimes mix up their syntax or get confused between. Okay, Python ternary conditional operator. Okay, let's look at this Stack Overflow answer. Does Python have one? Okay. Oh, all right. So there's an ad playing, so I'm gonna wait until that's done. All right. So um, it turns out there is a ternary operator. That is this. Type this, and then if, and then the condition, and then else, and then that. So that does what I'm looking for. Can I specify a range here? So -5 to +5. Would that would that work? Or are we gonna get, oh, we got an error. What's the error? Int object is not iterable. Okay, len doesn't return an iterator, but if I directly pass in b, it should work then, but there seems to be another error. List assignment index out of range. Okay. Um, how about that? List assignment index out of range. Um, how do you assign an empty array in Python? Python empty array. Oh, am I supposed to use append here? Okay, and then can I? All right, that works. Great, nice. So now here I need to pass in color. Colors equals, well, colors. Got an unexpected. Wait, what's the thing called? Color. Oh, it's called color, not colors. Look at that. Wait, something is wrong here. Why are these values red? They're not supposed to be red. Oh, maybe I should be iterating like this instead. Wait, that's kind of that's kind of weird. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I'm curious now, what would be B0 be? So let's try printing out B0. See what gets printed out. -5. Now, if that is the case, then why is it that when I was trying to iterate over B instead, it kind of messes up the thing? Why is that? Let's try printing out what this is reading. Okay, so the issue is that it's reading out this. What if I do dot, what if I do this? Oh, no, that's not how we're supposed to do it. That's interesting, dude. So it's iterating over, it's not getting the index. How do I get the index? Uh, Python, uh, for array get index. Finding the index of an item in a list. It's just dot index. Okay, hold up. Let's try print I dot index. What is this, a method? Yeah, that's a method. Okay, now that didn't work. Now that did not work. Accessing the index in for loops. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, use the built-in function enumerate. It's non-Pythonic to manually index via. Okay, okay. The enumerate built-in function. Um, this PEP introduces a new built-in function, enumerate, to simplify a commonly used looping idiom. It provides all iterable collections with the same advantage that iter items affords to dictionaries, a compact, readable, reliable index notation. Okay, great, cool. Let's look at the documentation for it. Or let's just look at an example, I guess. Okay, let's give this a try. Enumerate. What does this return? Um, try to get the type of enumerate B start at 0. That just returns an enumerate. It returns an enumerate object. I could have just read the docs. Okay. It returns an enumerate object. Iterable must be a sequence, an iterator, or some other object which supports iteration. The next method of the iterator returned by enumerate returns a tuple containing a count from start, which defaults to 0, and the values obtained from iterating over iterable. Okay. What does this return though? Does it return one value or returns an enumerate object? What would that mean? Or I mean, what properties would that have? Because like it's not telling me if it returns a tuple or a single value. But let's try enumerate. What did I? Is that okay? Start at 0. Okay. Wait, is that an error? Yeah, there's an error here. Um, okay, what if I just try to print this? Okay, it's just an enumerate object. Oh, it's yielding n an element. So n would be our index, I guess, right? So that's, in this case, I. No, n is the start. Okay, and then element is R. Okay, so let's just do N. Okay, well, that still doesn't solve the issue. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's try printing out both N and I. Oh, N is how I get the index. Well, I need to look into how to use enumerate because I've never used enumerate in Python. So I'm gonna have to look more into it. But apparently, doing it this way, you can get the index, which in this case is n, and the indexed value, which is in this case I. So that is super useful actually. That is actually super useful. So if that is the case, then I could just do I instead. Couldn't I have done that before? What was the issue? Why was I? Oh, so this whole thing it started because I was trying to. Okay, well, I guess I didn't need to do it at all. But on the bright side, I learned something. I didn't need to do this whole enumerate thing. I could have just gotten away with doing it this way if I would have just used I directly. But on the bright side, I got to learn something. Wait, did this just change? What? No. Okay, nothing changed. All right. Well, that does it. Great. So now we know that negative values are accepted, uh, and we know how to add text. So I could create a pandas. I could create like a simple database using pandas. I could create like another module, and in that module, I could have this entire database. Okay, I just got an idea. Idea. Two types of displays. One to show, one shows bar graph visualizing dates. The other shows, actually, can I just nest this? Yeah. Uh, one to visualize dates, one to display entire database as table. Optional, maybe color either entire row or rows text based on um, based on proximity to expiry date. Okay. You know what? Let's look into tables. So now we know how to do text. Now let's look into pandas tables. No, matplotlib tables. Okay. Add a table to an axis. Okay, so this is interesting. In Matplotlib, you have like a difference between axis and axes. An axis object encapsulates all the all all the elements of an individual subplot in a figure. It contains most of the subplot elements, which is an axis, tick, line 2D text. Oh, okay. Axis. Okay, so you'll have to excuse me because like I'm still fairly new to Matplotlib, and so I'm still getting an idea of how things work and the various elements and stuff. And I'd forgotten. I'm pretty sure I'd read this before, but I'd forgotten that an axis is like it's a part of the plot. So are a bunch of the other things like the graphs. When you do like a line graph, those lines are line 2D objects, like multiple line 2D objects. Or maybe an array of line 2D objects so you can like access. I think it's a line. I think it's an array. I don't remember. And then there's also text and other stuff depending on the kind of plot that it is. So like this entire thing would, I guess it would be considered an axis, whereas this is like the individual. This is an individual axis. This is an individual axis. Axes, in this case, it encapsulates all of these things, all of the elements, whereas axis is like one single thing. Let's just confirm. Yeah, it's a base class for an x and a y axis. Okay. All right. So add a table to an axis. At least one of cell text or cell colors must be specified. What are the arguments here? So we have cell text, we have row labels, we have column labels as well, I believe. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. We have column labels as well. Let's just give this a quick read. These parameters must be 2D lists. Oh, that's interesting. It should be 2D lists in which the outer lists define the rows and the inner lists define the column values per row. Wait, what does that mean? I'm trying to visualize that. If it's a 2D list, what's the outer list? What's the inner list? Each row must have the same number of elements. That makes sense. That makes sense. The table can optionally have column rows and headers. Wait, are we able to create multi-dimensional? Wait, how do you, yeah, wait, how do you do multi-dimensional arrays in Python? Without NumPy, that is. Is it just, wait, let's try it here. So let's do C equals, wouldn't it just be like this? Yeah, that makes sense, right? And then this then becomes a two-dimensional array. So if I do print, let's get rid of this print. So if I do print, uh, maybe I should get rid of the other print as well. Yeah, that's gone. Okay. So if I do print C uh, 0 and then element 1. Oh no. Okay. So I'm going to need to restart VS Code. Give me a second. I'm going to switch to BRB. This happens sometimes, and when it happens, then I need to switch to, well, I need to close and open VS Code again. Okay. Uh, why is it printing that entire thing? Oh, wait, maybe I just need to run it again. Oh, wait, I'm not in. Okay. Do I need to? Oh, damn. What just happened? All right, give it a second. Or, well, a couple of seconds. Okay. And then here, I need to select this, I believe. All right, cool. So we are there. Now let's just wait for this whole thing to happen. Because it needs to discover the interpreter. It has to do some setup for the on the Jupyter side as well, and then something will happen. In the meantime, I need to make sure that I don't even know if it's got the right environment because it says env, which is our environment, but like if the right environment is not activated, it's probably going to start using the default. Which I mean, if it was using the default, it probably wouldn't say env. It would just say when I'm saying env, I'm talking about like what it says here. So it's using the Python binary that's in this environment. Man, I'm glad that there's such a thing as environments in Python because it makes things so much less messier. Because like Python by itself, it's fine and it has its own like standard library and a bunch of other like very useful modules in that library. But those only get you so far. Okay, failed to start. Give me a second. I'm just trying to. Okay, yeah, it failed to start the kernel because probably because the environment is not active. So what is it? Bin? No, not bin. It's env scripts activate. That's our environment. Now we can probably restart. There's no restart option. Okay. What if I just try to run this? Oh, is it done? No, it's not done. Okay. We are just gonna have to wait until this gets done. Oh, I think it's working. Yep. Cool. Nice. And we can also see this is working. So that's good. Now this says that it needs a two-dimensional table. I'm having some trouble visualizing in what way it's expecting this data to be presented. Because it says it must be a 2D list, which we have a 2D list here. And I can probably also make a 2D list in NumPy. Okay, I don't need to make it in Num. Wait, do NumPy lists accept? I don't think they accept words, do they? Let's test that out. Import. I also like this thing where like you can just add a using statement like wherever, or in this case an import statement. Import NumPy as NP. Do I not have NumPy? Yeah, I have NumPy. Okay. D equals NP dot array, and then here we have to specify the kind of array. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What if I do something like this? That should throw an error, shouldn't it? What if I print out D? Oh, that's interesting. So I don't remember because like NumPy allows you to. What if I try to get the mean of uh D1? Okay, so D1 should be this, right? Um, in NumPy you have, what would this be called? Because like in pandas you have like a data frame which you can think of as a database, as a 2D table, and then like each row in the database would be considered a series. Like that's the type, that's what the type is called, series. In this case I can't remember because I haven't used this in a bit. Oh, it's also an array. Okay, cool. So what was I trying to do? This, yeah, okay. So what if we try to get like the mean of this? We can't do that. Okay, what if I try to do d dot, okay, give it a second. Okay, what if I try to do d dot mean? This should throw an error, shouldn't it? Because there's a string here, or a character. There's a string there. Yeah, there's something wrong there. Okay, let's try this. And that doesn't throw an error. Okay, well, either way, I don't think I need to. It doesn't mention that there's a limitation there. So like I could technically do a series instead, right? But then the series wouldn't be a two-dimensional thing. It would be, okay, let's try to display something here. Have they given an example? There's a table demo here. Let's take a look at the table demo. So we have a NumPy array here. Music's still going? No, I think it stopped. Let me just fix that. You know what? Let's just restart this album. You know what? Let's loop the entire album. Yeah. All right, so we have the columns, then we have the rows. Um, they also have a data section. So the rows is specifying, I think, the labels for the rows. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So columns should be equal to the number of columns and the rows should be equal to the number of rows. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Now, what is values supposed to be? What is values using? Where does data get used? Okay, let's see the table function. So cell text is an array. Okay, so oh, this is interesting. So apparently there's an adjust method that I didn't know about where you can adjust the size of the plot to add space for something else. So let's try this. Let's try extending the bottom by wait, how does this know which one to adjust? I'm looking at an example elsewhere. Subplots underscore adjust. How does it know which one to adjust? Does it keep track of the current one that it's adjusting or the current one that's running? Okay, let's try this. Does that work? Okay, that changed the size. That made it lower. That made it smaller. Let's increase the size. Okay. The bottom can't be greater than the top. Okay, that's interesting. What if I do 0.9? Still an error. Okay. If I do 0.1. That's interesting. 0.2. That makes it shorter. Oh, should I then try going into the negative? Would that work? Oh yeah, that works. Cool. So I did not know that. That's interesting. Anyways, I can look into this later. So we have row labels, we have row colors, we have column labels, and then the cell text is our main data. So how is cell text being created or uh, populated, I guess? At what point does data get used? Okay, there. So data is getting used for the plot, the bar graph and the exam. You guys, okay, I just realized you cannot see. Yo, Summer, welcome. Hello, hello. How are you doing? I already wanted Chinese food. Now I also want pizza. Um, well, that's unfortunate. Like right now, at 2 o'clock in the night. How are you doing, man? I'm just doing a bit of coding. I'm making a script to help someone out their with keeping track of some legal documents and stuff, to keep track of like expiry dates, because stuff like CPR card and uh, what driver's license and passport and stuff like that. Those things they expire. They have an expiry date. So this is gonna help them keep track of it. So I'm just doing a bit of like prototyping and uh, some research and stuff. I'm probably gonna work on this more again later on when I have more energy. I'm kind of at the end of my day. Um, but yeah, so I'm currently just trying to read this code on another screen to get an idea. So they created a bar graph, then they created, how is Abhi? Did you sleep? Um, yeah, I slept. I'm kind of at the end of my day right now because like I woke up at 10:30 in the morning, and right now it is 2 o'clock. So like I've been awake for a good like I don't know 14 15 hours, and I've been doing like physical activity and all. So yeah, I'm tired, but like I wanted to stream. So though I was tired, I decided, you know what, even if it's gonna be a short stream, I'll try my best to stream. And this is a fun project I've been working on. Hopefully, it's gonna be a short project, but like it's cool because like um, while I was working on it, I suddenly got the idea that, you know what, I could present dates in this way. Like you see these bar graphs here, or well, this is a bar graph. You see these bars here. These can represent the dates. You know what? At this point, I think I should update that command. The power of SQ27 compels you to hydrate. I should probably change that to the power of chaos compels you to hydrate. But yeah, thank you for the hydration reminder. Everyone else, hydrate if you haven't been hydrating. Hold on. Actually, you should hydrate as well if you haven't been hydrating. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that's all about, dude. I don't know who SQ27 is. I'm not sure how that name got there. Must be a glitch. Must be a glitch. Man, there's so much fun stuff I want to do with programming and with AI and stuff. I want to create like my own little like bot that'll be on the screen that I can communicate with. There's like so much stuff that I want to do, but at the same time, there's a bunch of research I have to do. There's a bunch of stuff that I have to learn, which like I'm more than happy to learn it, but like it takes time. And I also have to work on other stuff. Um, I'm working on like tutorial material for my channel as well, and well, I've been busy, dude, but the good kind of busy. So like that's great. Okay, so I'm trying to understand how I'm supposed to populate this. Let's just read that. Wait, okay. What does this say? So for each row in range n rows. N rows is the length of data. Okay. Uh and then cell text dot append. So cell text seems to be a one-dimensional array. Okay. Okay. If that is the case, fine. What if I don't specify any rows or columns? What if I just do a simple thing like, okay, dot table, and then this is expecting cell text, which could be 1, 2, 3. It's expecting a two-dimensional list, right? So we can do a two-dimensional list here, which would be 1, 2, 3 as well. Now, does that work or is it throwing an error? Okay, all right, that works. That definitely works. It's not displaying the values properly though. For some reason, the table seems to be white. Uh, colors. Row colors. What should it look like? What's the shape of the array? Okay, could I just provide it with what is it? Cell colors? Okay, cell colors. Could I just provide it with okay, what does this mean? Like let me take a look at the list of parameters. Row colors, cell colors. It's a 2D list and it's optional. The background color of the cells. I need it to just be black. I need all of them to be black. Right? So black for range what, 6? Does that not work? How do I create an array? So we can do that with numbers. Right? Okay, we need to test something out. Let's do str for, or should I add x here? Is this how you do it? I'm not entirely sure. What's this thing popping up? Okay, let's Google this. There's something I'm missing here. Python insert 10 strings in array. I mean, okay, a simpler thing to do here would just be just create a blank array and then for I in range 10 c dot append str and then c be printed out like that. I could do that. But why can't I do this same thing? Okay, let's try. Initialize array with 10 strings. Actually, I shouldn't call it array, I should call it list. Initialize list, because that's what Python calls arrays, and like an actual array would usually be referring to, I mean, Python does have the concept of arrays, but like this kind of notation, this kind of syntax is usually like this is called a list. How to initialize a series of lists with strings in Python. So I'm trying to use this, like, I forgot what this syntax is, or what this kind of code is called. I think it's, oh, list comprehension. Yeah, let's look into that. So Python list comprehension for strings. You need to join your strings like this. Wait, was I doing it? Was I just doing it wrong the entire time? You gotta be kidding me. I was doing it wrong. Okay, so what about here then? Oh wait, wrong thing. I was here. So then here I could just do this, right? Range 6. That should work. I don't know what I typed earlier. Man, I need to. Cell colors must have 2 rows. Oh yeah, because it's a 2-dimensional array. That makes sense. That makes sense. Can I not just describe? Okay, never mind. Okay, and let's divide that. Are we good? Each row, oh yeah, it's, yeah. Great, that works. And we can also see the text here. Yeah, maybe I should create like a cell colors or cell call equals this. just so it's not so messy. Okay, dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here because like so it works, by the way. I'm just gonna carry on doing work on this later on. I'm gonna relax now and probably go to sleep in a little bit. Um, yeah, that's gonna be it. Summer, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Um, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.